Oh, come on. Come on, you piece of junk. Come on, start. Not again. Oh, let's see if the radio still works. Yeah, well.
All that.
Yeah, there's... oh, that show Motor Mouse is on.
And good morning and welcome to your Motor Mouth Show, your SLO County Car Talk show featuring Mr. Stop and Mr. Go. This is Jeff Spevack, Continental Motor Works, known for the next hour as Mr. Go. Sitting next to me, raring to talk, Mr. Stop, Per Matheson. Good morning, Matt.
Yes, I do stop very well this morning.
Good.
I had no problem stopping.
Yeah, stopping is important.
Yes, it is.
You know?
Yes, and in a nice, smooth fashion. Yes.
And going is good, too.
Yeah, going is
that's what a car
good.
does. It goes,
and it
stops, and then it goes, and then it stops.
Yeah.
And we're done. That's it.
That's the advantage of having a good car, that it stops and goes good.
Yeah, that's all there is to it.
Right. Let's qualify that, though. Hopefully it stops and goes. And if your car doesn't stop and go, then we're going to try to answer that question this morning.
Yeah, that's why we're here. Yeah. So we are a live call-in car talk show, and we welcome your questions and your calls because that's what makes this show interesting and fun for us. So if you have a car question or a tip or a story, maybe you have a warning light on or a funny noise or a pet peeve about other drivers on the road, or you have a relationship issue that relates to your car, then we'll put you on the Motor Mouth couch. So we invite your calls at 543-8830. That's 543-8830. And if you're the first caller, you're going to win a premium or a prize. So be that first caller, 543-8830. We get a lot of calls in the last 10 minutes, and we find that we don't have time to talk to you when they kind of pile up at the end. So call us early in the show, 543-8830.
I couldn't find my squeegee this morning.
Squeegee, okay.
I have two cars that I use it in, so I better buy another one, so I have one for each car.
It's going to be a good tool for today.
Yes.
Yeah, to have a squeegee.
Yeah, one side
sign.
of the car was fogged in, the other side was clear.
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about, there's forecast of rain today, probably in about an hour or two, and it looks like it's getting kind of dark clouds out there. So driving in the rain, what's important is, of course...
Driving in the rain.
There you go, driving in the rain.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to see, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
So visibility, which means maybe put your lights on. And put
now
wait
a second. Now that is for other people to see you.
It's true.
Yeah, that's
I'm talking about general visibility. Yeah.
General visibility.
So
the other people can see you coming.
Yes.
Because in a rainy day and you're coming down the road, and if you happen to be in a black car, and there might be not quite light outside, but if you don't have your headlights on, it's kind of difficult to see you compared to the other cars.
So lights. Wipers, making sure that got your defroster working properly, and then of course safety, paying attention to having safe tires, having the right tire pressures. It's more important now in the rain and the wet weather, and driving a little slower and a little bit more cautiously because your stopping distances are going to be skewed when it's wet. And you're going to have poorer visibility, and you want to just be a little more cautious. So driving in the rain, those of you that might have some driving in the rain tips, call your Motor Mouse, 543-8830. And what else? Anything else about driving in the rain?
Yeah, don't get wet.
Don't get wet.
That's right. Yeah.
You know,
it's
to
make sure you don't have any leaks in the car.
Yeah.
And if you can hear squashing when you step on the brakes, there might be that some of the drain plugs in the car that's supposed to drain the water out is plugged up by all the leaves and all the things that has getting in the doors. You know, you have been in cars, you start out and you can hear slosh, and then you step on the brakes and go slosh and slosh back and forth, and the door is half full of water.
Yeah, that's not good for your car.
No.
So if you do have a water leak somewhere in your car, don't just let it go.
No.
You know, it'll ruin your car. You know, you get mildew, and you don't want water in your doors. You don't want water in your carpeting. You don't want water dripping up through your roof. You know, it's kind of like you get water leaks in your house. It starts to rot things.
Maybe you should take and remind the people that has a convertible that if it rains, put your top up.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Some people like to get wet. They don't mind.
By the way, you're talking about that people that might have a problem that you put them on their couch.
Yeah.
You don't pay very much for that. I mean, you don't charge very much for that, do you? I mean, are you charging any more for that?
Well, there's no charge to be on the Motor Mouth show.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, we don't.
Well, they got to make a telephone pole.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, hopefully they're on a good plan, so it doesn't cost them too much, to call your Motor Mouse. By the way, if you want to call your Motor Mouse, it's 543-8830. We'd love to hear from you. We have topics to talk about, but we'd rather not get to our topics.
It's so much easier for us if we just talk to you. Yes.
So we talked a little bit last week about other stuff.
Other stuff, yeah.
Yeah, other stuff, which is not the main stuff,
no.
but it's other stuff.
Yeah, other stuff, yeah. But they become main if you don't take care of the other stuff.
Yeah, like windshields. We don't talk that much about windshields, but a lot of people have a little nick, a little rock chip, a little crack, or a big crack in your windshield. And I think people are in fear, hey, it's going to cost me thousands of dollars to replace the windshield. I think it's actually surprising. It's not that not that expensive. And that's one of the things that makes your car better is getting a nice windshield. When if you have an old windshield and it's a little pitted and you don't have good visibility through it. We're going to get back to this topic because Dan wants to talk to us. Yeah. So we're going to talk to Dan. Oh, good morning, Dan.
Yeah, good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Matt. I had a story or a suggestion about driving in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
The first rain of the season, obviously, it's a little oily, and I told my son, be very careful accelerating when you're driving onto the freeway on the on-ramp. And I did it myself. I would accelerate, make that left turn or right turn, and then you accelerate right away, and the rear end is real light, nothing in the trunk, and the wheels just sort of fishtail.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, he got on the off-ramp there at Olive Street and rolled it down the side by the Homestead Hotel.
Mm.
And it's sort of funny talking to other older guys that how many of us have rolled vehicles in our day, and the rain, the slick, the first rain, accelerating on that turn.
Mm-hmm.
Will slow down, especially as do not accelerate, especially as you're getting onto the freeway.
So what Dan's talking about is, there's a lot of oil on the pavement.
Yes,
just from cars, dripping a little bit of this or a little bit of that over a year's worth of driving without a whole lot of rain around here. And so when the first rain comes, or the first rains come, it's a little slicker.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yes.
And especially if you don't have great tires.
Yes.
So that's a word of caution for driving in that first rain, and it's well said. And so, Dan, your son actually rolled the car?
Yeah, it was just a Jeep Cherokee, and I said, well, the radio didn't work anyway, so.
Well, that's the most important thing. We don't care if the car runs.
So I assume everybody's okay.
Oh, he was totally fine.
Yeah.
All the windows were broken out.
Wearing a
and it just
seatbelt,
went straight to the dump. The engine was perfect, but
wow.
Yeah. Well, good. What an experience.
Good caution.
I rolled the car.
That's right. You become after something like that happens to you, I don't know how many people out there have been in a bad accident that could have, ended your life. I have. And it changes the way you drive.
Yes.
You realize, you know what? Thanks God, you got me through that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be a little more cautious so that it doesn't possibly
lots more
happen.
defensively, that's for
sure.
I
mean, so it just makes you aware of all the things that could happen on the road. Yeah. And, hopefully, you have a son or daughter that is in a bad accident like that and they make it through it. And sometimes it's a good thing that they got the fear of, put into them, that they become a safer driver. And so hopefully that happens with your son too.
Yes.
So. Yeah, tell all the young kids that do not have that experience that if it's raining, don't go over 65 miles an hour.
Yeah, drive the speed limit, drive under the speed limit, and just be cautious.
Yes.
Well said, Dan.
All right, Jeff.
Appreciate
Bye-bye.
your phone call. Stop by. We'll fix you up with a little gift for being the first caller. And thanks again for being a part of the Motor Mouth Show. Have a good weekend.
Will do. Bye-bye.
Bye.
From Dan and SLO, let's go to Anita in Los Osos. Hi, Anita. Thanks for calling.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I've got a 2010 Prius with 40,000 miles on it, and I need tires. And I just wanted to know if you might recommend a specific tire that I could put on it.
How much driving are you doing? How many miles do you put on a year?
Probably 1,000.
Yeah.
I don't put on very...
Right.
Well, I think that you need to go to a good tire store, or the tire store in San Luis Obispo is a good place. I buy my tires there. And tell them that. And they will sell you a tire that is not too expensive, but is still a good tire. Because that tire, if you're driving 10,000 miles a year, that means that it's going to take you 5 years to get 50,000 miles on the car.
Yeah, well, I've had the car for 7 years already and only got 40,000 miles on it.
All right, okay.
And what kind of tires did it have on it? What did it come with?
I think it was Goodyear.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
So Matt and I have said for years that the best tire is Michelin, and I think that still holds true. It's also the most expensive. So if you want the best tire, buy a Michelin.
Okay.
If you want to be, maybe value conscious, and you want to buy maybe the second or third best tire, then you can go, just like Matt said, go to the tire store and ask them, and they'll give you maybe 3 choices.
Okay.
And, it just depends, what your budget is. But, there is nothing more safe than buying the best tire.
No.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we do say buy a Michelin. I mean, it's worth it. They're not as much. Prius has smaller tires, so they'll be a little less.
Yeah.
But you like your Prius and you're gonna keep it for a long time.
Oh, I love it.
So then buy the best tire.
Yeah.
I will. Okay.
The other
guys,
the other thing to think about is I believe that Costco has what they call a value line Michelin, which is a little less. So compare prices and talk to people, and so tell us more about your Prius. You've had it since new?
Yes, I bought it in late 2010, and I get about average of between 49 and 53 miles to the gallon.
Isn't that amazing?
I love it, and it's easy to drive. The only thing that I don't like about it is the seat is kind of low, and I'm short, and I have to have a pillow on it to prop me up. You can't adjust the seat any higher, and that's the only bad thing on the car that I found.
They make some really good, by the way. You might look at it. It really does improve your feeling in the car. I've had a couple customers now that have come in with these really hard seat backs that go on top of their seat. It's more for your back and things like that. But they're a couple $100, and it's like, what a stadium seat is.
Yeah.
It's like that, except it's meant for a car to go on your seat.
Okay.
And it's got a lumbar support in it, and some of them come with padding and some of them don't. But I think it's worth it. I sat on a couple of them and was like, wow, it really, it brings you, it pulls you up, it makes you sit higher up in the seat, and it makes you sit up a little straighter. It's worth looking into.
Okay, where would I find something like that?
Well, if you go online, you can just Google it.
And what are they called?
Look up a lumbar support seat for your car. Okay. And I think you'll find a lot. There's one brand, and I don't remember the name of it. Somebody else out there might know a couple. Anybody have these kind of hardback lumbar support in their car? Call Motor Mouse 543-8830 and share that with us. There's a couple of really good ones out there. The one that I sat in was I think it was $300 something. I looked it up, but it was like it's something about the sacrum. Something it had a name in it like that.
Now, isn't there a place in San Luis Obispo where they take and rearrange the seat for you to make it fit better?
You might want to talk to...
They can take and lift it up and maybe tilt it and everything else where it isn't standard.
Yeah. You might want to talk to either somebody at an upholstery shop like San Luis Auto Interiors, or you may also want to talk to Drive Customs. And you might want to write those down, and they may have some options for you also.
Yeah, I like that, and then I would be able to use the heater,
the seat
heater.
The seat heater, yes.
And so, because just being on a pillow is okay, but what I'm talking about is a major step up from that. So you might check it out. Let us know what happens.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Thanks for calling, Anita, very much. And good luck with your new tires.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good weekend. All right, we're the Motor Mouth Show. We're Matt and Jeff. We're here till 9 a.m. to talk with you about your car. The way that works is you call us at 543-8830. So far, Dan and Anita called us to talk about driving in the rain, and Anita was talking about her Prius and what kind of tires to get on there and bragging a little bit about how much she likes it. We like that when you call and brag about your car. Other people, it's good information for other people. So call your Motor Mouse at 543-8830. We're going to go to our first break, and we'll be back.
Got a classic commercial here. This is one of our favorites. Ricardo Montalban with the Chrysler Cordoba.
I know my own needs. And what I need from an automobile, I know I get from this new Cordoba. I could ask for nothing beyond the quality of Cordoba's workmanship, the tastefulness of its appearance. I request nothing beyond the thickly cushioned luxury of seats available even in soft Corinthian leather. Yet it is on the highway where Cordoba best answers my demands. I have much more in this small Chrysler than great comfort at a most pleasant price. I have great confidence, for which there can be no price. In Cordoba, I have what I need.
When it's time to service your car,
or a warning light is starting to glow,
go see the pros at Absolute Auto.
At the corner of Sacramento and Capitolio.
Having a problem with the brakes or the steering down below?
Or an alignment to adjust the tow?
Computer systems, they do know.
Call 543-8737 to reach Absolute Auto.
Here's some inside information to get your gas mileage back. Inside your engine, carbon builds up, clogging the injectors and combustion area. If you want your fuel system cleaned in just one tank of fuel, use what the inside car guys use most. It's called BG44K. In fact, service managers use it almost 3-to-1 over any other fuel system cleaner. To find a shop with BG products, go to bgfindashop.com. That's bgfindashop.com.
BG.
Hi, this is Jeff Spevack, Motormouth co-host and owner of Continental Motor Works. What can you expect here at Continental? We will treat you and your car with care and respect and gratitude. We will bend over backwards to earn your trust. You will fully understand what we are doing on your car and know how much it will cost before we do the work. You will always get value, a fair exchange. You work hard for your money. We believe we should work smarter and harder for what you pay us for. Now in our 36th year, we fix it all. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and hybrids.
Call Jeff at Continental Motor Works at 541-1464. Mention this ad and receive 10% off labor.
2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, a rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, a rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock. Around. 2 o'clock, 9, 20. Right, down.
So if you're rocking around the clock tonight, you might want to, it's going to change because you're going to fall back tonight.
Yeah.
So you rock around the clock and then you fall back.
Well,
and then you rock.
You have an extra hour.
I got an extra hour to rock.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Extra hour to sleep tonight. That's always the good one, but the problem is the sun goes down earlier.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, we're the Motor Mouse. We're Matt and Jeff. We are here to talk with you about your car, and the phone lines are open at 543-8830. And we did not have that last caller was not on the air here.
No, he wasn't on the air, but
okay.
He was saying about the tires for a Prius.
That's right.
The green.
So if you, a tip for Anita is that Prius originally came with what's called low rolling resistance tires, and they're going to recommend those to you. And you have your choice. You don't have to have those, but it will affect your gas mileage, although I don't know if the extra cost is worth the savings.
I don't know. You don't go quite as many miles on a.
I say just buy a good car, good tire.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I say don't buy the low rolling resistance. I'm not sure about that. Anybody have their opinion on that? Call your Motor Mouse, 543-8830. So, by the way, I was telling Anita about a product that I just see online. It's called Sacro-Ease. So, SACRO-EASE, back and lumbar. That's the product that I sat on in someone's car, and I liked it a lot. So, that's something that can lift you up in your seat a little bit and have you sit up a little straighter and help your back also. So those of you out there that are using something like that, call us and tell us how you like it. And they make some that have little heaters in it. They have some that you can adjust your lumbar support. Most modern car seats are pretty darn good, though.
Yeah, they are.
If you have a car that doesn't fit you perfectly, that can help a lot, getting a product like that. And so we're talking a little bit about, we were talking about windshields and fixing, so if you get a little rock chip or a pit in the windshield, you want to get it fixed, call the National Auto Glass and have them fix that right away, and they can fill it, and it just goes away. You don't even see it anymore.
They fill it up with the color resin, and they don't crack after that. If you don't take and take care of it right away,
then you need a whole
then
windshield.
It starts cracking, and then it's too late to fix.
Yeah. Then you need a whole windshield replacement. So, and a lot of times your car insurance will cover a windshield replacement also. So it's something to think about, depending on how high your deductible is.
I think that's on a comprehensive.
Yeah, you would definitely have to have a comprehensive. So. And then cleaning your windshield, we've talked about it, but, just going out, one big difference you can make in your car, if you haven't done it, is to clean the inside of your windshield.
Yes, I'm going to have to do that on mine.
It's nice to do it with some newspaper and some Windex or just some vinegar and water. But you'd be amazed how better visibility you get after you do that. We do it in customers' cars all the time, and it's like, what'd you guys do to my car? It runs better. No, we just washed the inside of your windshield.
Now, do you use a newspaper that the black stuff on the newspaper?
We don't, because we have these clean white rags that work. Yeah, right. Really good.
Okay,
but newspaper works great. It actually takes the film off really good. Okay. So that's enough about windshields. But
but what about the tail, the window in the back?
Yeah. Okay. The rear window, same kind of thing.
My car, they get dirtier than anything. I mean, this morning I looked at, and I was going to look in the rearview mirror, and there was just something black back there. So I had to take and put the windshield wiper on.
By the way, phone lines are open at 543-8830. We're talking about other stuff on the show, but we'd like to talk about your stuff. So what's your stuff? Call us and let us know. 543-8830. So doors, used to be you had a car door and you just open it and close it. You got a manual lock, and you got a manual window. Now, in your driver's door, you've got power window. You got a master power window switch. You probably got a power mirror switch. You probably might have a power seat switch in your door. You have we have a whole bunch of wiring going through it, and you've got, of course, your power windows, and there's a lot of stuff going in your door. And then there's a door sensor that tells the car whether the door is open or closed. Sometimes that's built into the lock assembly. So a lot of times somebody has a beeper, that tells you whether the door's open, and that won't go off. That means that your door open and close indicator is bad. And in the old days, it was just a little button. Button.
Yeah.
Well, now it's built into the door lock assembly, and it's hundreds of dollars to fix that because you got to replace it.
You know, a door on a car is the most expensive part of the chassis.
Especially the driver's door. Yeah. And they can start sagging a little bit too. So
the hinges wears out.
Yeah.
There used to be some cars that had lubrication plugs on the hinges so you could lubricate the hinges.
That's right. Now they do make cars lighter now, and so doors that are really heavy are the ones that tend to sag. And one little trick that we have that Matt's probably done also is when a door starts to sag, you can rebend the hinge up a little bit.
Yes.
But you got to be careful.
Right.
So you take a floor jack and a piece of wood, and you go on the proper part of the door, and you just jack it up just a little bit, and you rebend it up another 1/8 of an inch or something.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's for a door that won't close easily or doesn't line up anymore. And sometimes that works, but you can also break stuff.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it.
Take it to a body shop. And let them do it. They do it all the time. You know, they get a car in, they've been in an accident where they put a new door in, and then they have to adjust that door, and they know exactly what to do. So
we do see a lot of problems in driver's door, especially the driver's door, because that's the one. I mean, what do you use in your car other than getting in and starting it every time? Is you open that door, you close that door.
Yeah.
Every time you get in and out. So you're using that a lot. And so things tend to happen because you close. So if you can keep from slamming that door a lot, that helps a lot.
Yes.
Because you have a lot of expensive stuff in there. You've got a door lock actuator. You've got a power window switch. You've got a window motor, window regulator. And that's one of the things that commonly goes bad is your power window starts either sticking or doesn't work anymore.
You might have to take and readjust the mirror too if you slam the door.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's one of those things, or the mirror gets loose and rattles in there.
Yeah. So, that's word to the wise, but a lot of things that we do to doors is take that door panel off, and usually we're fixing somebody's power window or power door lock.
And you know that the cables that goes from the body into the door, that every time you open a door, those cables are bent.
Yeah.
And they break.
The wiring harness.
Yeah, the wiring harness there.
Because it goes at a pretty good angle, and over a period of time it gets brittle. And so that is something that, that we see problems with over time. I think we should talk to Marilyn in SLO. Hi, Marilyn. Good morning.
Hi, Jeff, Matt.
Nice to hear
you. How are you doing?
We are
fine.
good.
Yeah.
We're good. How are you?
I'm fine. Probably nobody has a car as old as mine, but
I don't know about that. We got lots of people that have older cars out there. Your car is in the 90s, right?
Yeah, it's 25 years old.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We've almost been doing the Motor Mouth show for 20. We've been doing it for 24 years now.
Yeah, well, I've known Matt longer than that. So, a few years ago, I had water going into the door. Do you remember the driver's side?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was because those plugs in the bottom were filled up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how to explain that. But
no, the door drains.
Yeah.
Because there's a certain amount of water that's going to get in your door. I mean, it's not seal tight. So, you have the window seal, but they expect a little bit of water to get in there and just drain out.
Right.
Then when it gets clogged in there, then sometimes we even drill a couple holes in the bottom of that door to help it to drain if the plugs.
So I had no idea those were even there, but Jeff took care of it.
So you had a little schlossen.
Yes, I did. So I didn't know if anyone else knew about that. So thank you.
Thanks for calling, Marilyn.
All right.
We appreciate it. Have a great one.
Bye.
Thank you. So what'll happen is if that water sits in your door, it's going to start rusting stuff.
Oh, sure.
It's not good.
No, absolutely not.
That's a heavy door.
And mildew, that's another thing.
I was going to say, too, it's surprising what can get in there to kind of clog it up. I mean, little leaves from trees.
Oh, yeah, right. Yes.
Just junk that's, you wouldn't think could get in there.
Yeah.
I had to unplug mine one time, and when it did it, I mean, there was leaves.
More than anything, it's leaves. Yeah. So especially a lot of people park outside and they park under a tree, and that's not good for your car. So that can tend to clog up a lot of things. It also gets into your air intake system. It gets into your engine. So if you're parking under a tree, get a car cover. Makes a big difference because we get, we open the hood of the car and that whole air intake system is just filled with leaves from the tree, and you clean them out of there, but a lot of them have already gotten in there. And then they get into your heater fan and they cause noise. And so stuff like that can cause a lot of problems with your car. And better housekeeping for your car makes a big difference.
Do you get one of those stickers to put on the car that says better housekeeping if you do that?
Sure. Sure, we do that.
You probably have your own from the shop, the better housekeeping seal that's from your shop.
Right. That's right. It's called the Better Maintenance Seal.
Yeah, right.
From Continental Motor Works.
Continental Motor Works.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Yeah.
Okay, we can do that. Yeah. So we've heard from Dan and Anita and Marilyn this morning. Love to hear from you. Call your Motor Mouse at 543-8830 and whatever you want to talk about relating to your car. We're going to talk to John from Cambria. Hi, John. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, hey, Matt and Jeff. Nice. You got a great show there. I had a question about the chip on the window.
Yeah.
And apparently that'll turn into a major crack.
Yeah.
But there's, I think on TV they said something where somebody would put a little patch on the little chip, I guess for about $50, and then stop that. Does that work pretty well?
Well, it's not a patch. It's they actually fill it.
Yeah. See, the thing is,
do you know about how much that costs?
In the range of $50 to $100, depending on how big they have to fill it, and which company you're dealing with. But in that range.
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's less money.
Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is that the windshield is laminated. By other words, it's two pieces of glass, and they got some plastic in between the two pieces of glass. So when you get a chip in the windshield, usually the first chip you get is through the first layer of glass, and then you need to fill up that layer, that hole you got in there, so water and moisture doesn't get in. Then you get in the crack for the rest of it. So if you take and fill that up, the way they do it, they drill a hole. Actually, if you haven't really got a hole going in, they will drill a hole halfway through the glass, and then they put pressure on the liquid plastic, and you can't see it after they fix it. You cannot see that there's something there.
Most of the time, it depends on the crack and how spidery it is and all of that. But yes, a lot of times it's amazing.
Yeah,
it just goes away, and so to get that done, we just want to stress the importance of getting that done sooner than later, because that windshield will be sitting in the hot sun, or especially this time of year, you'll go from a cold temperature to a hot temperature, and all of a sudden you got a crack all the way across your windshield, right. Just going over a bump.
What company would you recommend doing that?
Well, I like National. Part of Westside Auto Parts locally is National Auto Glass.
Yeah, I've had them do it to my cars, and at least twice. I've had them do it,
and they're mobile.
Yeah, and they'll come to your place and do it.
You call them; they'll give you an estimate, and they'll do it at your site.
So is it called? You said it's Westside or is it National Auto Glass?
Look up National Auto Glass. If you call Westside Auto Parts, they'll transfer you over because it's attached to their building in San Luis Obispo. But they will, you can call them and talk to them over the phone, and then they will come to you, I believe.
Their telephone number is 543-5943
for Westside Auto Parts. Yeah.
Westside Auto
Parts. I think they're open today.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the glass place is open today, but I bet they are.
And then once you get a major crack, that's illegal to really have that. You need to have it fixed.
Yeah. It's not a good thing.
No, that's
What does that probably cost? Put in
well, it depends on the car.
Your insurance covers that, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot of times they're in the $300 area.
That depends on how old the vehicle is, because the new windshields are glued in, where the old windshields were put in with a seal around them. And when the older windshields, I've been talking about 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago, then you had to take them, maybe also buy a seal, because the old seal has shrunk.
It's a good idea. How old? What year? What's the year and model of your car, John?
I think it's the one that's broke is 2001 the Honda Accord.
Okay, so you got a 16-year-old car. So is there any? Take a good look through your windshield and make sure there isn't like little pitting or that it's really clean all the way through and it doesn't have pitting inside of it, because that whole windshield isn't going to be very expensive. So versus spending $50 to $100 to have it rock chip fixed versus replacing the whole windshield, if you have other imperfections in it or wear in it over 16 years, might not be a bad idea to replace the windshield. And then, as Matt says, think about replacing the windshield seal at the same time. Probably not a bad idea.
The National Glass place, they could evaluate that if they could look at it.
Absolutely.
They do both of them. They will replace the windshield, and they will take and fix the windshield.
And you can take a picture of the windshield and the crack and send it to them, and they can look at it, and that might help them evaluate it so they know what to do before they come out.
Great. Well, I appreciate that. Appreciate your help. I will definitely check that out.
Good question, John.
Bye.
We appreciate it, too.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good weekend. Thanks for calling. From John and Cambria, we go south to Roberta in Grover Beach. Hi, Roberta.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
We're good. How are you?
I'm okay.
What's happening down in Groovy Beach?
I can't complain, I guess, but I just might. No.
Well, we do pet peeves on the show.
I know. I know.
Even about life.
But I'm just calling about what you're talking about, like the hole or chip in your windshield. Yeah. Well, sometimes your insurance it will pay for it, and it doesn't cost you a penny.
Yes, check your policy. And I think it's worth it to check it, because I think I see people fixing a chip in a windshield that's already kind of like pitted, and you look through it, and it's not, and they could have just replaced their windshield and had it covered under their insurance. And it's a really good. That's a good tip.
Well, sometimes they'll just come out like when they do that filling or whatever, they'll just fill that, and it doesn't cost you anything.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, it depends on your insurance, but what you have covered. But I know I've heard that before, and I think I've even seen it advertised where they said that it doesn't cost you anything; your insurance takes care of it. So,
I think
he can look into that.
Good.
Yeah, every penny counts.
That's right.
Yes.
These are hard times.
Yeah.
Roberta, you're great.
Anyway, I like talking to you guys because you guys are pretty knowledgeable on a lot of things. So,
well, we appreciate it, and thanks for being a part of the show. I know you've called them many times, and we appreciate our regular callers a lot.
And you guys do good work.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Roberta. You do too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both of you, both of your shops do good work. I know Matt's kind of like semi-retired and kicking back, but both of the shops do good work.
Yes, they do. They continue to do good work.
Yeah. And that's what you like. You like someone that you can trust. You take it to, and they're going to take care of do what they say, and take care of the problem.
Right.
That's what it's all about, Roberta.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have a good day.
Thank you for calling. We appreciate it. You have a good one. From Roberta and Grover, we're coming back up to SLO to talk to James. Hi, James.
Hello, Jeff.
How's it going?
Well, my right turn signal blinks real fast.
Oh, no. What are you going to do?
I'm going to ask you.
Well, you have another bulb out. So that is...
It's just a nervous turn. We call it a nervous... It's a nervous turn signal.
Oh, nervous turn signal.
Yeah, it's all nervous. It's going too fast. It's like when you're sitting there clicking your foot too fast, when you're nervous.
Right. Yeah. But, usually when this happens, it's because one of the other lights doesn't work.
Yep.
So I just got to find out which one is burnt out.
Yeah, so it's called the walk around. So you turn, it's the old walk around.
Yeah,
so you turn the car on, you turn the right turn signal on, you get out of the car and you walk around and you look at the front one and the back one. Or you might have somebody that might even be able to help you. You know, look at it. It could be a 2-person job or a 3-person job.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then
if they don't want to walk, they just go on and place themselves in the front, and place themselves in the back. See?
Yeah, and then or you get mirrors to when you're a one person, in the shop, the guys have that set up.
Yeah,
they got a mirror on the back wall, they got one on the front wall, so they can do a light check all by themselves. So and Matt's right. You most likely have one bulb out. Now, if you don't find a bulb out, you probably have a bad bulb. Even if they're all blinking too fast, you have to go in and replace those bulbs one at a time because one of them just gets a short in it. And so when it gets a high resistance through the system there like that, then it starts blinking too fast.
I see. That's
unequal resistance through the system.
Now, I have another question for Matt. Matt, your shop has moved. It's not there. It's not there on Capitolio anymore.
No, that is gone. But up on the corner of Capitolio and Sacramento, you got Absolute Auto Tech. I sold it to him.
Yeah. So Matt's braking alignment is a part of Absolute Auto now.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good luck with that turn signal, Jim.
You guys are very helpful. I got more than I asked for. Thanks.
We'd like to give you that.
Got more than he asked for. I think he said that in a nice way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go for a break now?
It is a nice. Yeah, I meant it in a nice way. Thank you.
Thanks, James. Have a good one. See you later. I think we're going for our second break. We're the Motor Mouse. We're Matt and Jeff. We really appreciate all the calls. Dan and Anita and Marilyn and John and Roberta and James and hopefully you calling us. Phone lines are open, 543-8830. We'll talk to you in a minute.
Got a classic commercial. This one's Don Knotts from The Andy Griffith Show.
Quiet on the set. Gee, there's plenty of room to work in here. Okay, Don, here we go. Action. Hi there, van fans. This is the all-new 1971 Dodge Strongbox. The big tradesman van with a package of 31 features you can't get on any other van at the Dodge Boys now. Cut. No, you gotta make it tougher. Let's do one more. Hey, will you look at that? This baby's got the optional power steering, power brakes, and load-flat transmission. Okay, Don, let's shoot it. Action. Okay, listen up out there. This is the all-new 1971 Dodge Strongbox. The big tradesman van with a package of 31 features you can't get on any other van at the Dodge Boys now. Cut. Don, I don't know, but there's something wrong with this commercial. I'll tell you what's wrong. Why don't you mention the wide cargo door, or the hidden cargo step, or the optional dash-mounted air conditioning, or the 26-gallon gas tank?
The Dodge Strongbox. See it at your Dodge Boys.
When it's time to service your car,
or a warning light is starting to glow,
go see the pros at Absolute Auto.
At the corner of Sacramento and Capitolio.
Having a problem with the brakes or the steering down below?
Or an alignment to adjust the tow?
Computer systems, they do know.
Call 543-8737 to reach Absolute Auto.
Your car's fuel economy was never better than when it was new. But time and miles have robbed your car of its MPG and performance. Service managers recommend BG44K to remove carbon and restore mileage in just one tank of fuel. In fact, dealerships nationwide use BG44K almost 3-to-1 over any other product. To find a shop with BG products, go to bgfindashop.com.
BG. Can you imagine selling your car next week and saying to the buyer, hey, don't worry, because the engine is covered against failure for life. It's called the Lifetime Protection Plan for the Engine from BG Products. Now imagine having this huge benefit free with your next oil service when you remember these two letters, BG. BGMOA is available at over 20,000 shops nationwide. Find yours at bgfindashop.com. That's bgfindashop.com.
BG. Hi, this is Jeff Spevack, Motormouth co-host and owner of Continental Motorworks. What can you expect here at Continental? We will treat you and your car with care and respect and gratitude. We will bend over backwards to earn your trust. You will fully understand what we are doing on your car and know how much it will cost before we do the work. You will always get value. a fair exchange. You work hard for your money. We believe we should work smarter and harder for what you pay us for. Now in our 36th year, we fix it all. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and hybrids.
Call Jeff at Continental Motor Works at 541-1464. Mention this ad and receive 10% off labor.
I stopped off at the Quick Sack for some beer and cigarettes. The old man took my money as he stared at my Corvette.
54.
I had one just like her.
Okay, we're coming back with the Corvette song by George Jones. And we're coming back with the Motor Mouse here for another 9 minutes. And I think we have someone waiting to talk to us, which is always good. And if you would like to talk with us, you can call us at 543-8830. We're here till 9 a.m. And let's talk to Joan in Slow. Hi, Joan.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, fine. I'm hearing you on the phone before I'm hearing you on the radio.
Okay.
But
turn off your radio.
What I want to say is, and
Matt.
I'm not sure it's true or not, but in order for insurance to pay for your windshield, you have to have the comprehensive coverage on your policy.
That is correct. Yeah.
So most people better check their policy before they do anything.
So let's explain that. You know, we've talked about car insurance before, but if you have a car that's not worth a lot, okay, then a lot of people only have what's called liability, which means you're covering who you hit.
Yes.
But your own car doesn't get covered. But if you have a nice car, you should have what's called comprehensive coverage, where you're covered and your car is covered, and then you're going to have things like windshield coverage and everything. And you should have a conversation with your insurance agent every year about these things, so you make sure that you're getting the right coverage.
Yeah,
yes.
I have comprehensive coverage, but it seems to me it's really not that much, you know. So
yeah.
I'm carrying it even though I've got an old car. I've already had a windshield replaced. And so I prefer to keep it
Absolutely.
Just to keep it.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Joan, that's a good point. Thank you for your call.
Okay, bye-bye.
We appreciate it. Thank you. And from Joan, we're going to talk to Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for calling.
Hi.
How's it going?
Well, I have a 1970. I bought a 1970 240Z, and I still have my 1970 240Z.
That's great.
And I was following a truck one day years ago and went through what I thought was a doable puddle, and my car sunk, and I had to get out. And they had to push my car out, and they the whole inside, the floorboards and everything were so full of water, and somebody was smart enough to take the pads, the floor pads out, and there were corks. And they unplugged the corks, and out went the water.
Good.
But of course, I had, after that...
Now you're starting to cut out again.
Yeah, and, you know, that's kind of a difficult thing here and there with this car, although I keep it garaged. Well, that was my one rusty doors, rusty whatevers, and had a problem there that I had it undercoated, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving right along, one of the problems I have is that my windows never were UV'd. So with this weather that's so darn hot, I cannot even drive my Z. It hurt. The sun coming in hurts so much. I had the back window years ago when people were just first starting to put the coating on the glass, you know, instead of putting those big awful vents that a lot of they found that was the only way to get around it, type of thing. But anyway, one of my questions is there someone who can tint, you'd recommend, who could tint the glass of a Z? And also, the front window is so pitted. Yeah. You know, just you think about all these years of driving.
Exactly.
And there's a little bitty, maybe a crack or something like that, but it's really pitted. So, question, who replaces 240Z windows? Can you get these windows tinted? Do you wait to replace the front window? And is there such a thing as a 240Z tinted window? That's the one joint question. The other one is, my clicker, it clicks slowly. It goes tick, tick, tick.
Okay, I'm going to be quick,
anyway,
Lisa.
There's some questions.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to give you a quick answer, and then we're going to probably have to close the show out in a couple minutes. But so what we had mentioned, National Auto Glass, I would call them. Call National Auto Glass. Ask them if they can still get a windshield for your car. I think they probably can. And see if they are tinted, if you can get it tinted. And they can tint your windows. You don't have to replace the window. They can tint your window, and if they can't do it, they'll tell you who can, but I think they can. And then whatever you can do to keep the inside of your car cooler. So get one of those, once you get this done, get one of those car shades for your windshield. And it'll keep the temperature in your car down when it's sitting in the sun. So that once
I do.
Oh, good.
I have that.
Good. So, because once you get in the car, if it's cool in the first place, and then your air conditioning works inside the car.
Yeah, no air conditioning in a 1970.
It doesn't have air conditioning. Okay.
No.
Okay, but yeah, you're right. The older cars do get hotter inside because they don't have that tinting and stuff like that. So yeah, getting your windshield, getting your side windows tinted, getting a windshield that has and you might be able to get one that has a shaded spot built into it on the top of it, and those things will all make your inside of your car a little cooler.
And the clicker?
As long as they work, you might have a bad, you might have even gotten water in that system, and you might need, the first thing I would try there would be what's called the turn signal relay. It's called the flasher relay. Replacing that might help a lot.
Okay, I'll write that down.
And Lisa, call us back next week, and we'll talk a little slower about the rest of your car, because it's a good topic. But we've got to say goodbye because we're going to close the show out.
All right, thank you for your kindness.
Thank you for calling.
You guys.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Lisa's got a 7240Z that sounds like, that's a lesson is don't let your car get in stand. Don't drive your car through standing water like that. It'll ruin the car.
Yes.
I mean, a car will never recover. You'll have lingering things going on with it forever.
Well, today's cars also has all the coatings on the metal that didn't use at that time.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Hey, so we want to thank our callers, Dan, Anita, Marilyn, John, Roberta, James, Joan, and Lisa for making this an interesting show. It's really fun for us when we have calls like this, so we appreciate all of that. And we want to thank our sponsors, of course, who pay the freight for the show, BG Products. You can look them up at bgfindashop.com, and featuring such great products as 44K fuel injection cleaner or fuel system cleaner, and also synthetic transmission fluids and gear oils for your car, which we carry at Continental Motor Works. Absolute Auto. Go see Jason in Charlotte at the corner of Capitolio and Sacramento, featuring hometown trusted auto repair and professional service for your car and alignments on your cars and trucks. Continental Motor Works, our hours are 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. You can reach us at 541-1464. And Bike Slow County, advocating for safe transportation throughout our county. Well, it's going to rain out there, so don't forget about your visibility. Our Motor Mouth Challenge is for you to leave early, drive the speed limit, and enjoy the ride. We'll talk to you next week. Thank you.